Hey guys, Jay here, welcome to EonsOfBattle. In this video, I'm going to show you the magic of an oil wash. Here are the paints I'll be using, and a list of materials can be found in the description below. Before you do an oil wash, you need a paint job for it to go over. So I'm going to be painting up a Necron. First, I gave it a prime with some black primer through my airbrush, but you could also use a rattle can. Then I sprayed on some Games Workshop Fenrisian gray, which is a blue-gray, and finally a blast of white paint through the airbrush. This gives me some basic lights and darks, but it'll really be pushed dramatically by the oils. The painting is done, but it's an important step with oils to seal in the acrylic paints. I gave the model a wet coat of satin varnish. Satin because a matte coat will provide a grit for the oil to stick to. A gloss or satin will make the oil much easier to work with. Once that was dry, it was time to make my oil wash. I broke out the cheap oil set in 2 small containers for mixing, and some white spirits for thinning, and a cheap synthetic brush. I poured out about a pea-sized drop of oil and mixed in about 1 good squirt of white spirits. I poured more spirits into my second cup for cleaning the brush and then mixed in my oils. It's not that big a deal to get the perfect mixture, as you can wipe away the oils as you're working, so don't be afraid to go too dark. Now, an important note about brush care, you cannot wash it in water, so what I do is I wipe off as much oil onto a paper towel as I can, and then I clean the brush in the white spirits. Now it's time to give the model a wash. I do this just like any wash, glob it on. You could also spray this through the airbrush for bigger projects. The oils take longer to dry than acrylics, but it should start to firm up after a minute or two. Then you can begin to wipe it away. For this, I like to use these makeup eyeshadow applicators. They're small enough and fine enough for this work. Some people like Q-tips, but sometimes they can leave behind hairs on the model. I started wiping away the oil. If you find the oil has dried and is not coming off easily, you can rehydrate it with a splash of white spirits. And naturally, the sponge cannot reach those hard to get areas and will leave behind a very natural looking grit. Once you get the majority of the oil off, you can go back and really clean up anything else that stands out to you. Once you're happy with it, let it dry for about a day, and then if you want to add more acrylic paints, make sure you seal the oils with more varnish. And there you have a quick and dirty oil wash. We make tutorials like these all the time, and if you find them helpful, you might consider supporting us over on Patreon. And you'll get some behind the scenes and exclusive content as well. Now that you know how to make a nice wash, you might need a base with some raised detail, maybe our sheet metal base. Find this video and lots more like it on our basing playlist, where you'll find tons of unique and easy bases. But that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, thanks for watching.